Abuja, the capital city of Nigeria, has always been a hub for activity and growth, especially in the real estate industry. In recent times, it has seen a steady increase in demand for both residential and commercial properties, and this trend shows no sign of slowing down, which is caused by increasing population on average at an 8% annual pace, and the market in Abuja alone is expected to be worth $2.26 trillion by 2024.
The real estate market in Nigeria is gaining prominence despite economic challenges in other sectors.
Although this has come with a huge price. A concerning trend is the presence of many unoccupied houses and estates in the city center, estimated to be around 600 properties, which is much higher compared to other areas in the country. The AMAC, Abuja Metropolitan Management Council, has reported an increasing number of abandoned buildings, citing that over 10,000 residential buildings were unoccupied as of the latest survey. A 2023 report by the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics indicated that the vacancy rate of residential property in Abuja was around 30%, highlighting the extent of the issue. A report by Estate Intel revealed that the vacancy rate for high-end apartments in districts like Maitama and Asukuru were over 4%. While these vacant housing units could help alleviate the housing deficit, their rents remain prohibitively high. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission and the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences said that the numerous estates in Abuja are proceeds of fraudulent activities and money laundering.
The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has ordered final forfeiture of 2 Abuja property and 2 luxury cars.
Many of these estates remain unoccupied and are used by politically exposed persons to launder illicit funds and have been linked to several politicians. A video shared on TikTok by a user showed an estate with numerous completed but unoccupied houses in Abuja sparked outrage and condemnation by the public. The estate, identified as Kadobwa Estate, has been abandoned for over a decade, leading to speculation that the properties were being used to hide illicit funds or as a result of corrupt practices. Although the Minister of Federal Capital Territory has even vowed to pull down all abandoned buildings in Abuja, saying these structures are now hideouts for criminals. Inadequate enforcement of tenant rights means middle income and low income tenants often face issues such as sudden rent increases, unfair eviction practices, and difficulty in recovering security deposit. We asked some residents what their thoughts are on the rise of abandoned building in Abuja and how this is affecting the real estate industry in the city. So how long have you been living in Abuja?
Since 2013.
I've been in Abuja like almost 24 years.
Wow.
So I grew up here.
What are the challenges you have faced as somebody living in Abuja, especially when it comes to renting an apartment, housing problem in Abuja?
We have many challenges, like house rent is cost, something like when you are living some places, there will be other bill add on top, like NEPA bill, water bill.
It's not easy. It's not easy at all because Abuja is like every year the landlord used to add rent. If you rent a house this year 100,000, next year no anyhow the landlord will put 100,000 or 50,000 on top. It's not easy for us renting a house in Abuja.
How easy was it for you to even get your apartment when you were looking for an apartment?
That was another challenge so because all these agents.
Landlords increasing their rents. Some of them complain about the materials they use for the house, but that is not enough reason for the prices we are hearing for houses. Can imagine a friend wanted to rent in F01. They told him 1-bedroom flat is 1.7. He go further and ask in Guarepa for 2-bedroom flats. They said it's 4 million.
And the agents the agents Wala is the one saved mostly because they will take you to the house you don't like. Still, they will ask you for caution fee, and you have to pay them. If you want to go and see another house again, they will still ask you for another money.
So what do you think is really causing this particular issue? Is it that some agents are colliding with landlords to increase it so that they can also get money once the increases?
The problem we have is the agent, not really the landlord.
The landlords, it's like they're in cahoots with agents. Then before if you're renting a shop, they will ask you to pay 20% fee. at times you hear from the agent that it's not theirs is the landlord. The landlord will collect 5%. The lawyer will collect 5%. Then we collect 10%. That is too much.
Do you think that the tenants are intentionally making the landlord to increase the rent so that they can get more bonus for themselves?
It's not, tenants are not making anything. It's the landlord. They believe that if he cannot pay, another person will pay.
In Abuja, an average of 25 to 35% of the population are middle class earners compared to the national average. The MBS also indicated that more than 60% of Abuja residents spend over 30% of their income on rent, which is above the generally accepted affordability threshold. For middle earning households, this often means allocating a disproportionate amount of their income to housing. Most new developments focus on luxury apartments, which are out of reach for middle-income earners. A study by the Center for Affordable Housing Finance in Africa, CAHF, revealed that less than 20% of the new housing projects cater to the low to middle-income market. The demand for affordable and mid-range housing far exceeds supply, leading to intense competition for available units. This high demand further drives up prices, making it even more challenging for middle income earners to find suitable housing. I met with a tenant in Abuja to find out some of the challenges he faces living in Abuja as a result of the cost of living and how easy it is to find an apartment.
Hi. Welcome.
So what was your experience like when you initially wanted to get an apartment in Abuja?
One of the major challenges I had was that I didn't have anybody like an agent or a place to go to. So I had to start my search online. Yeah, so I used GG.
Yeah.
I got contacts of, by going to go and visit houses that were listed there. I got to meet other agents for the available houses. It was one of the challenges I had, finding an agent, finding the kind of houses, the location.
In terms of the cost of renting an apartment in Abuja, do you think that it's a bit too high, or there are some people that are intentionally making it too high because they are looking for some particular type of tenant to rent their apartment?
Okay, yes. There was this house I wanted to rent then. They had some things in the house, like a wardrobe. It's not common to see houses within a particular price range that comes with a wardrobe, air conditioner, washing machine, and the likes. So this house had a lot of things. They had workspace, had table, we had a bed, had AC, had wardrobe and all that. But it was specific. The landlord or the owners of the house wanted the house to be rented only to a female of a particular age grade, of a particular working class, and all that stuff. So if you are not from there, from that category, you have a problem.
You have been in Abuja for a period of time now. You see a lot of abandoned houses built by real estate companies. What do you think is causing the increase in abandoned houses in Abuja?
I think, just a theory, just something. I think those buildings were just built to launder money.
According to Punch newspaper report 2020, there are about 600 abandoned buildings rotting away caused by real estate agents inflating property prices to maximize their commissions, making housing unaffordable for many. This practice creates a market where property remain vacant because they are priced beyond the reach of average citizens. Some agents may withhold listing from the market to create a sense of scarcity, which fewer properties are available. When fewer properties are available, demand appears higher, allowing agents to justify higher rental prices. Agents earn commissions based on the rental prices of property. Naturally, they are incentivized to set higher rents to increase their earning. There have also been reports that agents pressure landlords to increase rental prices, emphasizing the potential profits. This pressure can lead landlords to set rents higher than they might have independently presumed. I met with a real estate agent in Abuja to find out how some of them might be causing this artificial scarcity. All right, so what has been your experience like working in the Abuja real estate industry?
For a start, I'll say it has been hectic. It's stressful.
What do you think is becoming difficult for people to rent an apartment in Abuja these days?
The costs. Number one, cost for renting an apartment or renting a house is really on the high side now. Basically because, first of all, it's in Abuja, and also it depends on the location.
We have been talking to quite a number of people these days, and one of the major things that they kept on saying is that the agents are the people that are contributing to the increase of the renting apartments in Lagos, because in Abuja, because they want higher court, and so they most of the time tell landlords to increase their rent so they can get court. What do you think about that?
Okay, I don't think it has to do with the agents.
What do you think?
The main reason is probably the cost of fixing that apartment or fixing that, and again, the location.
The Economic and Financial Crime Commission, EFCC, and Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission have highlighted that numerous estates in Abuja are proceeds of fraudulent activities and money laundering. Many of these estates remain unoccupied and are used by politically exposed persons to launder illicit money. Real estate is a common method for laundering money, and ICPC has been investigating completed but unoccupied housing estates. Although every opportunity to speak to the owner of some estates proved abortive, and none of them replied back our letter, I decided to find out for myself by going to one of these estates that have been abandoned and to knock on their doors, hopefully to find someone who can tell us why these houses have not been occupied yet. So this is one of the real estate buildings in Abuja that's also been abandoned for several years, more than a decade. Now, what some of these real estate companies they do is that some of them build these houses and they abandon it for a long period of time, and because they intend to secure it, some of them put dogs as security. Rent in Abuja is becoming expensive, but these kind of houses are there, not fully built, but occupying space and occupying land, and the majority of them are not even paying tax. A little bit closer, you see a bit of some dogs that are actually asleep. If you move very close to them, they are very vicious and they could attack you. There are reports that some real estate developers manipulate the market by holding properties and withholding them from the market to create artificial scarcity. This practice drives up property prices and rents. These agents in Abuja tend to focus on high-end, luxurious properties that cater to wealthy individuals. This has increased focus on construction of numerous luxurious homes while neglecting affordable housing needs, causing a surplus of luxurious properties that remain unoccupied, as the local population cannot afford them. I met with the realtor in Abuja to find out why this is such a huge concern.
I'm Engineer Yakubu Olakunle. I'm a realtor, I'm a real estate developer in Abuja.
Why do you think that the real estate industry in Abuja is becoming a bit expensive? Those that earn about middle-aged earners and low-income earners.
I think real estate is becoming much expensive generally because of time value of money. That is number one. Number two reasons why we can say the prices are going up is because of the greediness of our people. So many real estate developers are so greedy, and they just fix exorbitant prices because they believe this is for their capitals. There are so many rich men and women, there are so many politicians that have stolen a whole lot of money that they are just waiting for the money to be invested somewhere, right?
How do you think that this issue can actually be solved?
It's very simple. Regularized. Real estate industry needs to be regularized.
So you mean that it's not really regulated?
It's not regulated.
Despite the fact that he insisted that most of these challenges faced by real estate industry in Abuja are majorly caused by lack of regulation and proper monitoring, I wanted to find out what a major realtor with more than 20 years of experience, the Director General of Exponent Property Limited, thinks about the crisis facing the real estate industry in Abuja, and if she agrees that regulation is a major challenge facing the real estate industry in Abuja.
My name is Mrs. Rachel Okelola. I'm the Director of Exponent Property Limited. Yes, here in FCT Wuye. So we are into real estate property. We do both buying, selling, land acquisition, arbitration.
What do you think are the major challenges that the Abuja real estate industry is having now?
We have a lot of them, like the economic instability. You can see it has to do with the economy itself. The increments of our fuel, that is the oil, in our oil and gas, it also lead to challenges in property. Tenant management is another challenge it's not easy to manage a tenant.
Why do you think that the cost of renting an apartment or buying a house in Abuja is increasing by the day?
It's increasing by the day because even the economy is not okay. We slept, we woke up and they tell us there's increments in social things. So definitely it will affect property management.
So for people that are low income earners and middle income earners,
wow,
when they want to approach buying a property or renting, what do you think is the best approach for them?
There are properties for low income earners and the security is still good, but it's just the mentality everyone have that, oh, we don't want to go there. Like, look at Cuba. Cuba is a nice place.
There have been a significant increase in real estate lawsuits in Abuja over unpaid rent, reflecting a broader crisis in the housing market, causing rent prices in Abuja to increase, partly driven by property owners and developers using pricing software to set higher rent based on market data. This practice, although intended to optimize rental income, has inadvertently priced many tenants out of the market, leading to more defaults and legal disputes.
The legal practitioner I spoke to also stated that there are some people that are actually intentionally building houses and not putting it out for rent. He says some people are actually using those houses to launder money out of the country. So how it works is that they open a company and they head it as a real estate company and they build some structures on the land of the company, but nobody is renting the apartments, the company is not working, is not doing any business at all, and they continue to put money into it. However, they are actually laundering money to that company to actually launder the money out of the country. And that's why there are a lot of abandoned houses that it thinks are operating in Nigeria. So I'll see you in the next one.